record. Captain Sutherland is also continuing inspections as needed, mostly on new construction, special events, annual inspections for the Expedition Lodge and Chili Camp. And also, issuing permits, special events, for tents of special events and continuing food truck inspections. We do interviews for the fire code inspector position, and that's still in progress. We have not made a final decision there yet, and we'll update you on that when it's final. Sarah is working on the 2025 COSWAP grant project, which got started today up on Prospect Mountain and Curry Drive. So that's an 8-week workforce development project. Larimer County Conservation Corps is managing, and we're just helping support that project really in any way we need to. Sherry talked about preparing an RFP for contractors for the Thunder Mountain project, and also working on agreements that you also heard about with Larimer County Sheriff's Department Emergency Services to get that project rolling. Myself and Captain Sutherland will be attending the town board meeting tomorrow night. They have it on their agenda to adopt the Wildfire Resiliency Code. They're going to do it by resolution rather than ratification. So it might be a little more robust discussion than we were thinking, but we'll help them hopefully get through that process tomorrow night. They'll also be considering a cooperative agreement between the fire department and the town of Estes Park for implementation and enforcement of the resiliency code. And we've had that scoped through, I think, everybody's experience. I will be working on grant management for the 2022 furlough grant. And again, that's the grant that's helping to pay for part of Logan's time. So I'm due for another report for that. So we'll get that going and get reimbursement. We're also meeting Wednesday with town leadership, talk about fireworks and the professional fireworks show. So I'll be watching the weather and the boards to feel comfortable with that decision. Again, I continue to attend partner meetings when possible. There's a whole long list in my report. And then again, another reminder, Larimer County will be hosting a 50-year commemoration of the Big Thompson flood on July 31st, 2026. So I have not heard any more details of that event, but I'll keep you posted with it. That's all I have. Yeah, question.
Also, I had heard that all of our permits for stuff is now going through, and at least even though we're not the final say on it, we are aware of it now, so people are not calling, where's my permit, and we don't know what they're talking about, right? So
Fingers crossed.
okay, and thank you for accomplishing that, however that was accomplished.
And again, a lot of that's just been new people and new roles, and we're just making sure the process is as efficient as it can be to make sure we know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, Stacy's been a big part of making that happen.
Any other questions for John? Thank you. We'll turn now to the report from Division Chief Kearney on operations and change. Ryan, are you back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Sorry.
No problem. Training, we had this last couple of weeks since our last report, we did a work session here. And we also had a vendor come up and show us some new bunker gear and SCBA stuff that we're working through. We did a big station cleaning night before the new chief of the public worked the building. It's kind of like our spring cleaning of the station. We had 30 some members show up to help get the station cleaned up and look at the SCBAs, which was good. Our upcoming trainings include helicopter LZ training. There's a membership meeting next week for the members. And then going into July, we're going into ladders, forcible entry, and search and rescue. Tomorrow night, we're actually doing a wildland scenario. We got some property down 36 where they're gonna let us go in and set up a scenario and dig line and stretch, or dig line, stretch line, and there's an area where we can draft with our wildland rigs to give our police an opportunity to practice on that before. Hopefully we don't need it, but and also get some chainsaw work and with the people that are chainsaw certified. New recruitment, we held a new recruitment meeting last Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago. No one showed up, however, We do have four, I believe, four applications of new members that are, Captain Thomas is working through. Vetting those and making sure that they live in district and all the stuff that he gets to do with the new member stuff. Fire Academy is starting up at the end of July, so. Captain Thomas and I plan on being up there a lot in the next couple of weeks, getting their burn building ready and classroom cleaned out and spring cleaning on the training grounds pretty much. I'll let Captain Spear talk about his junior academy. That's it for training. Operations, we're still in the planning phases of the 4th of July IAP, working with Jeremiah Plucha from the PD. Him and I are going back and forth, making sure the IAP is covering everything that needs to happen for the 4th. And I think that IEP is gonna go in play whether we do the fireworks or not. I think we're expecting a lot of people here, so some kind of joint IEP together, excuse me, for that day. Today, with the help of Captain Spear and Laura Blevins, Rebecca and Brenda, we submitted an AFG grant for just over $400,000 to replace all of our air packs that are gonna be expiring in about 3 years. We're hoping that we get it this first go around, but we have a couple years to keep going if we don't get it this time. But there's a lot of work involved with grants, and Laura was a rock star helping us make sure we get that submitted on time. I think she said 4 to 5 months they'll review them, and then 4 or 5 months we'll hear if we are awarded the grant or not. We did captain and lieutenant promotions. We held 3 interviews for our lieutenant position. We have one more to do this week. Then we can make a decision on lieutenant, and also on Thursday night, we're doing the 2 captain interviews to promote 1 captain. I do want to give Miranda, Rebecca, and Auxiliary a huge round of applause for putting together the fire chief stuff. That was to coordinate 30 some people and making sure everybody's fed and people getting where they need to be and have snacks, and that was a lot. And I know there was a lot of people that saw that all that was put together in the binders and all that. It was a lot of work by everybody involved, so I
Thank
appreciate
you.
those guys doing that.
Thank you.
And
Oh, and Miranda served on the search committee
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
she, you know,
yeah, her hands full. She
she,
did a lot.
she's been a trooper. Thank you.
For apparatus, we're running through some of the stuff that they found during the preventative maintenance scheduled maintenance on the apparatus. Nothing huge, but working through that. That's all I have.
Thank you. Any questions for Chief Kearney? Yes.
Yeah, Justin, for recruiting new volunteers, is there anything that I see that nice sign that you know, put on the trailer out there a couple of weeks ago or whatever. Is there any other things that you're actively doing to get them involved?
Yeah, I believe it's in both of the papers. Miranda, correct me if I'm wrong, or it's in all the papers. And then we did hand out some flyers around different town or different places around town, the gas stations, Napa, where there's a little flyer that they can grab and scan the QR code for information on. I think it takes them to our apply, like our application to apply.
It's also on
for
social
the program.
media,
I'm sorry.
social
Oh,
media.
yeah, it's social media. I forgot the biggest.
We did do a paid social ad too.
Any other questions? Okay. Let's see. Captain Spear.
Yeah, we, like, Bernie alluded to, we kicked off our engineering training on Saturday. We had 6 students for the engines and 1 for the ladder. Goes through July, more or less. And I caused a few more maintenance requests by the time we're done. Mostly because we find problems using games, it's not because we make them. No, but at any rate, we're gonna run the heck out of those over the next few weeks. Especially on Saturdays and Tuesday nights, you'll see multiple vehicles out around town. And do our best to, notify partners, water department, all that kind of stuff before we flow a bunch of water to flow a lot of water. And we have great partners. The school lets us use their lots, and the Greater Ranch lets us use their land. So it's all gonna be great. That's pretty much all I've done. Except the rest of it. Questions?
That was good. All right, let's see. Chief.
Okay, I don't have anything really very specific for you. I want to touch on a couple of things though. One is that you've seen tonight, you can see the level of activity that goes on in this organization during the summer, when we get into the summer months and, the driver operator, the engineer academy, bringing on the volunteers, fire academy gearing up, which is a huge time, all the work that's going on over John's shop. The community risk reduction, I'm so happy to see these projects getting going, mitigation projects going. A lot of stuff going on, and it's this breakneck pace, even though I have not served this organization over the summer before. I've observed it, and I've been part of other organizations. Summer, late spring, summer, and fall are the busiest times for fire service organizations. We're doing that here. And we have so many people involved. I know Rick has got, how many people involved in your engineer academy? Half a dozen at least.
Well, that's just the learner, never mind the other
Yeah,
six
that's-
people that are teaching. Yeah.
A huge number of people involved with that. So it is really so gratifying to see that. And all that translates into service to the public, better service to the public as we move through the time. So thank you all for all that work that you're all doing. Now that we have got a new fire chief designate, we took a little bit of time when I came on to plan the transition. Now it's time to start planning that next transition from, one of the things that this organization has not had, I think in recent years is a change in command, a formal change from one chief to another. And I think we have the opportunity to do that now. I mean, that provides for continuity of the organization, and I'm sure when you negotiate with Kevin Nunn, when you talk about when that starts, figure out how that works. But in the life of the fire service organization, that's always important. How we make those transitions. And lastly, it's been said many times here already, that the contributions that were made in this fire chief process have been absolutely astounding. I've never been part of an organization where so many people within the organization have been part of the process. I figure we've got close to 60 members of this organization, including you, our volunteers, our paid staff, and our auxiliary folks. More than half of our members have been involved in the process in some way. I mean, that is a great testament, I think, to the strength of this organization and the commitment to serving the organization, serving the public, serving each other. So I think our new chief is going to come in here to a very strong organization that's demonstrated what we can do. With that, I don't really have anything else for reports.
Any question for chief?
Thanks, Chief.
Okay, there is no unfinished or old business. Does any board member have any new business they'd like to raise? Okay. All right, so our next meeting is going to be a special meeting of the board on June 29, 2026 at 4:30 p.m. here in this very room. Our next regularly scheduled meeting will be Monday, July 27th, 2026, also at 4:30 p.m., also here in this room. And with that, unless there's any further question to comment, I will adjourn the meeting. Meeting's adjourned. Oh, I need a motion to adjourn it, don't I?
I'll make that motion.
Motion to adjourn the meeting, please. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Okay, we got motion second. All in favor, say aye. Aye, okay.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carried unanimously. The meeting is adjourned.